Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. So for today, we're going to create parts. At the same time, we are also going to assemble them using a Solidworks. I'm J. Joseph Villa and I'll be the one who will discuss on how to create the parts of a bicycle. What you are seeing now is a figure we need to do. Each part has different color or appearance. First, we need to create the parts. Before we continue, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell button for more tutorials and updates. We are going to create the shaft of our bicycle. Open a file and select the part, then OK. Always check the unit system that we are going to use. In this video, we are going to use inches as our unit. Select sketch, draw two centered rectangle, then select smart dimension with the length of 9.54 inches and a width of 3 inches, vice versa. In the same midpoint, draw a circle with a diameter of 1. Next, we are going to extrude. Select extrude base. Choose a surface with a depth of 21 inches. For the color, select appearance. Choose a color same as the color of our isometric shaft. Now we are done in our first part. Always save your work. Creating a new folder is the best way to find your work. The next part is the bearing. Always check the unit system. We are using inches. Select the sketch and draw two circles. As you can see, we need a diameter of 10 and 14. Click the smart dimension. Choose a circle and let's say this is 14 inches and this is 10 inches diameter. Before we extrude, let's check the thickness, and that is 3 inches. Now select extrude base. Input 3 inches in depth, then check. We need to change the color. Click the appearance. Choose organic. Then wood. Then select polished mahogany. Now we are done in our second part. Save your work at the same folder. To create the wheel, same process in the beginning. Select new document, then part. Select font plane and the sketch. First, draw 2 circles. With 10 and 50 inches diameter. Next, create 2 circles again with 22.5 and 10 radius. After that, choose the line, select angle with 20 degrees. Then create another line, select angle, with 340 degrees. Use trim entity to remove excess line. As you can see in the isometric, we need to fillet each side. Choose fillet input 1 inches. Then choose which sides you apply, then check. To create this pattern, choose circular pattern. Then click every side or the pattern. And write 8 in display count. Click again the small circle as a base. Before we extrude base, check the thickness in the isometric. Choose extrude base with the inches of 3. Then check. For the color, choose appearance. Select black. Then check. Now we are done with our third part. Save your work at the same folder. Now we are down to our second to the last part. Again, select new document, then part. Check the unit system. We're using inches. Select front plane and the sketch. Choose center rectangle. Select Smart Dimension. The length is 4.14 inches with a width of 5.06 inches. Draw a center line for both sides. Smart Dimension with a length of 2.53 inches. Then draw a 2 circle from end to end of the center line, both sides. Trim the excess line until it looks like in the isometric. In the midpoint of lower line, draw a line with a width of 7. Then create another 2 center line with a length of 2.5 inches for a reference. At in the end of both center line, draw another 2 line with a width of 7 inches. From the last line you made, draw another 2 line both sides. First line is landscape to the left and another line downward. For the other side, draw a line landscape to the right and another line downward. Before fixing the dimension, trim the excess line. Select Smart Dimension in the first line, has a length of 8, same in the other side. Let's do first the fillet with a parameter of 3. Choose a corner, then check. Get the dimension of 2 downside line. Let's do the basic solving. In the front view of our isometric, the height is 24 inches. So we have 5.06 plus 7 minus 24 equals 11.94. We have the dimension that we need. Next, we do this part. Select line, follow the pattern in the isometric with a width of 5 inches and a length of 3 inches both sides. Draw a line, follow the next pattern, with a dimension of 2 inches in width and 4 inches in length. Select fillet with a parameter of 3 inches. Choose the upper side and another fillet in the lower side with a parameter of 2 inches. Now we are going to use extrude base with a depth of 3 inches, then check. The last step, we need to fillet this side. Select fillet with a parameter of 1, then choose the sides. For the color, select appearance. Choose a color same as our isometric, then OK. Now we are done in our fourth part of the bicycle. Save as to the same folder. Now we are down to our last part, the body of our bicycle. Again, check first the unit system. Select the front plane. First, we need to draw 2 pair of circle. Select Smart Dimension. The distance of one pair to another is 70 inches. In circle, we need 10 diameter in inner and 14 diameter in outer both pair. In our first pair circle, draw a center line to the left. And another line in outer circle upward. And has a dimension of 113.20 degrees. And from the center of the circle to the line has the height of 18.53 inches. In our next step, draw a line with the angle of 66.8 degrees and the height of 14.74 inches from the last line we made. Next, we need the offset of the upper and lower line we made. Select offset, select the line, with a parameter of 5 to the right. Then trim the upper portion. And trim the lower portion. Draw a line between left and the middle line. Then fillet with a parameter of 4 inches. Trim the excess in the first line. From the fillet, draw a line upward with a height of 1.21 inches. And from the line, use tangent arc, connect to the middle line. Check the dimension. Select Smart Dimension. After that, use Trim Entity, then trim the excess in the middle line. Draw a line and follow the pattern where the handlebar placed. The first line has height of 4.5 inches. The second line has 3 inches and the third line has 5 inches of length. Then trim the excess line in outer circle. Let's move on in the other side. Use the second pair of circle as a base. Create a center line from the center to the right. Make sure the line is in the center. And draw another center line upward. Next, we're going to create a straight slot. Select 2 points. From the first point to the upward center line that we made has a distance of 21.07 inches. And from the first point to another line we made has the height of 13.93 inches. Then from the second point of the straight slot to the center line downward has a height of 6.58 inches. From the first point to the second point has distance of 3.15 inches. From side to side of straight slide has a distance of 5 inches. From our last line, create another line upward to the left with the angle of 135.48 degrees. And next, fillet the end of the line to the another line with a parameter of 3. And fillet the lower part with a parameter of 30. Create a line in the center of second pair of our circle, to the right with a length of 3.71 inches. And connect another line upward to the left with the angle of 43.25 degrees to the center line. Now, create another line from where the handlebar plays to the right and will pass through to the recent line we made with the angle of 150.46 degrees. Next, we are going to create the saddle area. First, follow the pattern shown in isometric. Let's start with the 4 line. The first line landscape to the right with the angle of 22.82 degrees from the line where the handlebar plays, and has an angle of 15.11 degrees from our third line. For the second line has a height of 5 inches from our first line. And in the endpoint of our second line, to the center of second pair of our circle has a height of 34.32 inches. Next is the third line with a length of 25 inches. For our fourth line, has a depth of 3.50 inches. Now from that line, draw another 2 lines to complete the saddle area. Follow the pattern in the isometric. The first line has a dimension of 2.06 degree of angle to the lower line. For the second line has a depth of 7.75 inches. After that, fillet that area with a radius of 3. From the straight slot, draw a portrait line with a distance of 9.50 inches.
circle dito. Meron tayong circle.
Next, draw a circle near in the handlebar
Ang sabi,
with a dimension of 6.14
meron siyang
diameter. After that, create a line in the lower portion of the circle to the right, and another line in the upper portion to the right. Then do the add relation, both line. Just right click and add relation. Select Smart Dimension. The distance of upper line to the lower line is 35.66 degree. From the upper line to the line that connect the handlebar has a distance of 3 inches. Next, draw another 2 circles to connect the line in lower portion and upper portion. The distance of a one circle to another is 8.76 inches. The 2 circle has a diameter of 6. Trim the excess line and check the distance of 2 circles. Select Smart Dimension with a distance of 8.76 inches. Trim excess line again. Select Trim Entities. Make sure to trim those lines to extrude. Next is to extrude. Select Boss Extrude with a depth of 3 inches. For the color, select Appearance. Then Brush Steel. Select color red, then apply. Now we are done in our last part. Save your work at the same folder. Now we are ready to assemble our parts.
This is Andrea Jamie Alonso of Bsme Sep 1B. Now, we are going to discuss about the assembly of our bicycle. In the parts of the bicycle, we would now assemble every parts we build. We are now going to click Assembly, then click OK. First, click Insert Components, then click Browse, then click the body of the bicycle, and then we're going to add another component, which is the bearing. When the body part appears, we will insert the bearing. Go to Insert Components, click Browse, and open the bearing file. After that, click Mate, then click the inner circle of the body and the inner circle of the bearing, then check. Mate automatically joins the two parts. Now, click and hold the control button, then drag the bearing part anywhere you want so that it would be duplicated. Then click Mate again, and click the inner circle of the two components again on the other side. After that, and when all the bearing is fixed, click Insert Components, and now we will add the wheels. Click Mate, click the inner circle of the bearing, then the inner circle of the wheel, then click Check. Click and hold the control button again, then drag the wheel anywhere you want. Do the same process on the other side of the bicycle. On the right side, we have another bearing. So we would click Insert Component again, click Browse, and click Bearing. Click Mate. Click the inner circle of the wheel, then the inner circle of the bearing. Click Coincident, then click Check. Duplicate the bearing by clicking and holding the control button, then drag anywhere. Click Mate, then do the same process like what was done earlier. We are going to add or duplicate the body. click the plane preview first, then using the control button and drag it. Or insert components, browse, and insert the body. Click Mate. Now, click the inner circle of the bearing and the inner circle of the body. Click Coincident, then check. The next thing we are going to add is the shaft. To add the shaft, change the view to left side view to make sure that your shaft is at the back of the bicycle. Click Insert Components, click Browse, then click the shaft. Click Mate, then click the small circle in the center of the shaft on the left side. And the inner circle of the body on the left side. Click Coincident, then click Check. Now, we will click Advanced Mate, click Width Selections, then click the front face and the back face of the shaft. Then, click Tab Selections. Then click the left side face and the right side face of the body, then check. Click Insert Components and add another shaft. Click Mate. Click the small circle in the center of the shaft on the right side and the inner circle of the body on the right side. Click Coincident, then check. Click Advanced Mate. Click Width Selections. Click the front face and back face of the shaft. Click Tab Selection and then click the right side face and left side face of the body, then check. We are going to put the last part of the bicycle, which is the handlebars. Click Insert Components, click Browse, and click Handlebars. First, go to Move Component, then click the Rotate component to rotate the handlebar. Hold left click for the desired rotation. After rotating, click Make. Click the square on the underside of the handlebar. Then click the other square on the body of the bicycle. Click Coincident, then check. Then, click Advanced Mate. Click Width Selection, then click the left side face and the right side face of the handlebar. After that, click Tab Selections. Click the right side face of the second body and click the left side face of the first body, then check. we can notice that the handlebar is still not attached to the body. Click Mate again, click the back face of the handlebar, and click the rectangle that is facing the handlebar, then check. Now that we are done, let's now try to move the wheels of the bicycle. Click Move Component and move the cursor circularly. We are done. Thank you for watching.